A Russian soldier tries to dodge a Ukrainian FPV drone while traveling on an ATV. A fiber-optic FPV drone operator belonging to the Elisk motorized rifle unit of the Central Military Group destroyed an unmanned platform belonging to the Ukrainian Armed Forces that was transporting ammunition to Ukrainian combat positions near Krasnoarmysk. Disruptions to supply chains are depriving Ukrainian forces of their ability to access the resources they need to conduct combat operations in a timely manner, undermining the combat capability and morale of Ukrainian armed forces personnel. The Central Group is advancing. Polish mines were found in positions recaptured by the Ukrainian armed forces. Assault units affiliated with the Center Group, which are clearing buildings recently liberated from Ukrainian soldiers, discovered mines from Polish mortar shells. This fact confirms once again that even foreign ammunition supplies cannot save Ukrainian forces from defeat and the loss of fortified areas. The daily routine of the tank crew heading towards Krasnoarmysk, a T-80 BVM from the Elisk Motorized Rifle Regiment, part of the Central Forces Group, is assigned to support the infantry. The mission is to clear the enemy UAV launch site from their comrades' path. The crew operates from a closed firing position. Semi-direct fire with constant UAV-guided corrections allows the tankers to inflict damage on the enemy while remaining undetected for as long as possible by counter-battery and aerial reconnaissance assets. Footage of the explosion near the village of Kalinovka in the Kiev region. Initial reports indicate that the ammunition exploded while being transported by train.
Don't forget to leave your opinion about the video in the comments, subscribe, and like.
Ukrainian forces decided to use a building as a temporary staging point. However, the Russians were watching them. An FPV drone was enough to destroy the building. New footage from the clashes in the direction of Konstantinovsky. UAV operators, together with artillerymen from the South Group, destroyed a temporary staging point of the Ukrainian armed forces. The movement of 2 Ukrainian soldiers led the Russian unit to the target. As a result of coordinated work, the target was completely destroyed. The Russian Air Force is destroying targets identified in the temporarily occupied part of the Kherson region. Advanced air controllers are monitoring Ukrainian forces around the clock. A Russian helicopter destroyed another staging area with an accurate strike from an LMUR KH-39. Destruction of the 81st Separate Airborne Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces in the Dronovka region using the Tornado S multiple rocket launcher system belonging to the Southern Military District. Footage from Konstantinovka. UAV operators attached to the 3rd Army Corps of the Southern Military District destroyed an armored vehicle belonging to the Ukrainian Armed Forces in an urban area. 16 SPN fighters are on duty. An enemy checkpoint in the town of Kupiansk has been destroyed. An FPV drone flew right into the checkpoint. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. The Russian Air Force continues to destroy Ukrainian armed forces positions in Volchansk. Another missile strike destroyed the 57th Ukrainian Armed Forces Battalion near the Volchansk elevator. Yesterday, a similar attack was carried out on a neighboring building occupied by the Ukrainian armed forces. Zaporizhzhia Front. Guards attached to the 35th Regiment of the East units are disrupting the logistics of the Ukrainian armed forces by hunting down enemy vehicles. In these shots, UAV operators hit 6 enemy vehicles. Share your thoughts on the importance of FPV drones in modern warfare in the comments. KVN fiber optic drone operators are working with Ukrainian armed forces equipment in the Dnipropetrovsk region and west of Pokrovsk. The destruction of tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment by just one FPV drone has significantly altered the course of the war. Currently, all countries around the world are looking for ways to stop FPV drones quickly, easily, and cheaply. It may be possible to stop remotely controlled drones, but it will take more time to stop fiber optic drones. Yes, there is a new image. In a few days, the fiber optic drone destroyed 3 self-propelled artillery units of the armed forces of Ukraine, 2 S-1 Gvozdyki, in firing positions in the Kramatorsk and Konstantinovsky directions. Self-propelled and towed artillery is increasingly becoming the prey of FPV drones. These heavily armored and expensive artillery guns are destroyed after being hit by a few FPV drones. Could FPV drones be the most powerful weapons now and in the future? Are they not cheaper, faster, and more effective weapons? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Pokrovsk direction. A Russian drone hit a bunker where Ukrainian armed forces infantry was located. After the drone hit, the infantryman panicked and came out and started running. As he ran, a Russian gunner opened fire on him. That's what happened. During reconnaissance, Russian operators detected the Ukrainian armed forces bunker. The bunker contained a large number of infantrymen. Drones capable of dropping ammunition mobilized and dropped aerial bombs one after the other. The attacks on the bunkers continued unabated. Other bunkers in the trenches were also destroyed by dropping ammunition one after another. Russian drones work continuously, day and night. Kursk region. The Abrams tank abandoned by the Ukrainian armed forces is being prepared for evacuation and restoration. Do you think this tank should be used in offensive operations after restoration? Would this move surprise the enemy? Their tank attacking them. The Russians continue their offensive in the direction of Krasnoarmysk. In the settlement of Lisovka, a T-64 tank was scrapped after being hit hard by FPV drones. Another tank of unknown number was scrapped. Right next to the T-64 tank is the BMP-1 armored vehicle, which was desperately attacked by Russian drones. The crew abandoned the tanks and vehicles as a result of Russian attacks. Expensive equipment is being destroyed. Later, in the direction of Mirolyubivka, the T-72 tank was also waiting for Russian drone attacks. It was also scrapped. The position of the Ukrainian armed forces mortar was found camouflaged. The fiber optic drone, Prince Vandal of Novgorod, slowly approached the position, and with one hit, broke the mortar's power. What do you think about regular FPV drones and fiber optic drones? Kursk region. Russian FPV drone operators destroy a Humvee left by the Ukrainian armed forces. This vehicle could be an ambush, so it seems better for security to destroy it. Russian reconnaissance drone operators spotted the soldier fleeing attacks and hiding in a hut. The attack drones then mobilized and flew to the hut. When the attack drone arrived at the hut, this is what happened. An FPV drone of the 42nd Motorized Infantry Division of the Dnipro troops destroyed a bunker of the armed forces of Ukraine in the Zaporizhzhia region. UAV operators of the 1198th Motorized Infantry Regiment of the 35th Combined Arms Army of the Vostok Group. Motorized Infantry Regiment of the 35th Combined Arms Army of the Vostok Group destroyed an armed forces of Ukraine bunker. Pokrovsky direction. Russian drone operators make a hard landing on the warehouses of the Ukrainian armed forces, which they had spotted. The warehouses contained various military equipment. It was also revealed that as a result of the strikes, the location of Ukrainian troops was detected. As the fighting in the Kursk region continues, Ukrainian troops have begun to withdraw. Armored vehicles are being collected in the liberated territory of the Kursk region. Among them are the BTR-4E and MAX-XPRO. Here are images from the BTR-4E. UAV operators of the Vostok Group Special Forces 14th Independent Guard Brigade used an FPV drone to strike an enemy air infiltration point in the village of Razliv. As the fighting in Razliv village continues, other FPV drones loaded with heavy ammunition are being sent to search for personnel hidden in basements. Don't forget to leave your thoughts about the drone in the comments section. How important do you think drones are for modern warfare? To escape the Russian drones in Razliv, the personnel hid in another basement. But Russian reconnaissance operators fly day and night in the air, detecting anything that moves and constantly tracking what they consider to be the enemy and reporting its location to the attacking units. The drones also transmit the locations to artillery units, enabling them to fire artillery shells. Zaporizhzhia direction. Night operations continue unabated. Drones are small and fast, which makes them dangerous on the battlefield. Moreover, the danger of drones increases perhaps 10 times more in the dark of night. These drones, which are already difficult to see and target and shoot down, are hardly noticeable at night, and it becomes even more difficult when and where they will attack. Another drone was launched at another pickup in the same direction. From what I can see in the video, I think this pickup is equipped with an REB system, but that still didn't stop the Russian drone. It was morning after the attack. A drone took off to check the pickup's condition, but it was realized that the pickup was not completely destroyed, so another attack drone took off and set out to deal the final blow to the pickup. Don't forget to join our Telegram group.
As a result of the harmonious work of the UAV and artillery units of the Vostok Group, the positions in the South Donetsk direction were destroyed one by artillery shelling. Thanks to the camera and GPS systems on the drone, the exact coordinates of the target are determined. The operator can input this data directly into a digital fire support system, military communication network, radio, digital message, even WhatsApp or Telegram. Or it is transmitted directly to the Fire Support Officer, Artillery Forward Observer, FOS.
In Sumy region, 3 military accommodation points of the Ukrainian Air Force Command were destroyed in a UAV outpost attack. The 810th Marines destroy equipment of the Ukrainian Armed Forces in Gorno-Kursk region. Russian fighters are driving Ukrainian troops away from important fortified positions near the village. Footage of UAV operators of the Southern Forces Group destroying a Ukrainian Armed Forces stronghold near the Toretsk region. According to reports, 5 Ukrainian fighters were trapped under the rubble of the house during the explosion. Russian troops destroyed a UAV checkpoint of the Ukrainian Armed Forces near Kirovsk in the Kramatorsk region.